What's going on, guys? This is Fast Derek here for a Moto number 12 quick bit. A little bit of information has came out since yesterday. We had Moto number 12 here inside the Everett 328 production studios. This week's quick bit brought to you by the folks at the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders, the OMPR Facebook group, helping us out for the remainder of the 2020 season and into the 2021 season. So I'm stoked to have those guys on board. Also, a huge shout out to the folks from ANY Performance. Sierra down there at ANY Performance is doing a $300 bike prep, ready to get your bike ready for the 2020 season. Nobody wants to tear that thing down to the frame and get all the bearings greased and get that thing ready, race ready for the upcoming season. So definitely get a hold of Sierra down there at ANY Performance. Also had a couple of quick announcements since yesterday. As you guys know, I'm hooked up with Defiance Lifestyles, and they now have a discount code available for you guys. Everett 328 is all you guys have to type in, is the discount code at defiancelifestyles.com. And they are also having a huge sale going on right now. 5 Defiance Lifestyles t-shirts for $19. Those are t-shirts at random that Rob and the crew from Defiance Lifestyles pulls off the shelves. It's a random t-shirt box, 5 t-shirts for $19. I do also want to make a little bit of an apology. Yesterday, we had Moto number 12 inside the studio, and I was paying attention to all of the MotOHIO show posts comments. I did not pay attention to the Everett 328 Productions page. I had a lot of my friends and had a lot of people chiming in yesterday in the show that I was not able to interact live during the show. So I do want to make a huge apology to the folks that were paying attention on the Everett 328 Productions page. I'm sorry I didn't get to see your comments. I know I had Cody, one of my buddies from the Kicker Arena Cross series. He was watching. I had some people making some comments in about if we think the pro riders are going to get an advantage or the amateurs are going to get an advantage for the outdoor national season. We had some people commenting in. It was making a lot of comments, and I wasn't paying attention to the correct page. So I do want to apologize again about that. Try to made the best of it afterward, but I couldn't do everything at the same time. But we did have a lot of information come out since yesterday, and this is just a quick bit. This isn't a whole show. This is just to catch you guys up on what has been announced since yesterday. I do want to give a quick shout out to Jerry Havokin, the Woot Monster, back inside the MotOHIO show's Facebook group there. He's checking out the MotOHIO show. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Gavin Strachan, from joining us from all the way from Australia. The MotOHIO show is growing. That is awesome. Before it was just Northeast Ohio. Now it's spreading across the country. Now it's spreading worldwide. So thank you, Gavin, for watching in, and please continue to share the words of motocross. So yeah, I just want to catch you guys up on what has been unveiled since yesterday. A lot of you guys know that Tim Cotter with MX Sports made the announcement earlier today. He had a whole Facebook Live presentation about what the plans are for the 2020 Loretta Lynn's Amateur National Motocross campaign. And I'm just getting right back onto the Everett 328 Productions page just to see if I missed any comments, because things were a little bit glitchy there for a second. So I'm just scrolling through here. Bear with me real quick and just making sure that some people may or may not have commented in. And hey, Rick Pearson, I do see you. Do miss seeing you guys out there at the Crossroads Series. Hopefully I get out there for one race this year, whether it's twisting the grips or talking on the microphone or something for the Crossroads Series. But I do want to get you guys back up to date on what has been announced today. MX Sports, Tim Cotter made some announcements about what is going on for the 2020 Amateur National Motocross Championship here in the United States. And right now, as you guys are all aware of, the COVID-19 crisis is striking us worldwide. It is not just a Northeast Ohio thing. It's just not a United States thing. The COVID-19 crisis started off one area of the country, and it just kind of spread like wildfire. So we're trying to make the best of it. And Tim Cotter and the MX Sports crew, he's got connections with the national motocross scene, the ATV national motocross, the GNCCs. He's trying to, be in touch with all of these people and make the right decisions for the sport. And at this point in time, they kind of have a plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D idea as to what they want to do for the 2020 Loretta Lynn's campaign. And at this point in time, we're already, as he was saying, we are already in the middle of plan A, and that is postponing all of the qualifiers through the end of April. and then getting back to racing as soon as possible to get back to the 2020 Loretta Lynn's Ranch. So right now we are right in the middle of Plan A. We don't really know where we're going to go from there. We're hoping we're going to get racing as soon as possible. But we are probably going to be leaning on Plan B. And Plan B is they're going to have several qualifiers on the same weekends in these regions. So you're going to have potentially people that typically make it to these qualifier or make it to the regionals in from multiple areas. They're not going to make it because they have to go to the one area qualifier that they feel the most comfortable with to make it to that regional, because there's going to be limited numbers of qualifiers that they can attend because they're going to be stacked on top of each other in the same weekends. So Plan B, I'm gonna get my opinions in Moto number 13 of the show next week. I'm just giving you guys some information that has been announced earlier today. Plan A, postponing the qualifiers through the end of April. Plan B, there are going to be several qualifiers on the same weekends, racing between the first weekends in May through the first weekend in June. That is a very condensed qualifier schedule. So that is their Plan B. They also have a Plan C. And back to Plan B, they're going to modify the regionals, including racing in the 4th of July weekend in that Plan B. So they're going to have several qualifiers on the same weekend. They're going to be racing from the first week of June, from the first weekend in May all the way to the first week in June. And then the regionals are going to be condensed, and then they're going to be utilizing that July 4th weekend, and they're going to be able to still race at Loretta Lynn's on the planned week. So Plan B, they're still trying to race at Loretta's on the given weekend. I mean, like I said, I'm going to give you my opinions on some of these things in next week's show. I'm just touching base on what's been announced. The Plan C is essentially scrapping the qualifiers and having a super regional format. They're going to have 3 regionals in the same region at the same time. Hey, Addie, honey, please can you just go in the living room with Mommy while I'm finishing up with this? Plan C is they're going to have super regionals. They're going to have a vet regional, an amateur regional, and a youth regional in the same regions. That's a lot of racing. So that's one idea that they have. Again, that is a super regional format. They're going to have 3 separate regions. 3 separate regionals in a given region leading up to Loretta Lynn's race later this year. They're planning on still having the Loretta Lynn's race on the same week later this year with that Plan C. And then Plan D is pretty much scrapping everything, scrapping qualifiers, scrapping regionals, and just having a super Loretta's style format. That being a week of amateurs and a week of youth riders down there at the ranch. And that would be an opportunity for a lot of people to make it to Loretta's that have not made it before. So that is another of the options that they have announced. So they have the Plan A, postponing the qualifiers through the end of April. That's what we're in right now. Plan B, they're going to have several qualifiers on the same weekends, racing from the first weekend of May to the first week of June. They're going to modify the regional format and utilize the off weekends that they had in that in the initial regional schedule, and then they'll still be racing Loretta's on the planned week. Once again, Plan C is the super regional format, 3 regionals in the same region leading up to the planned race on the planned week down there at the ranch. And then Plan D is just the super Loretta's format is the way I'm going to be referring to it. Week of amateurs and the week of youth riders racing down there at the ranch. It would give a lot of people the chance to race down there. But like I said, I'm going to be giving you guys my opinions on a lot of this next week in next week's show. Also do want to announce that Neverland is open. The Neverland racetrack is going to be open this coming Saturday. It's a free ride day. Shout out to Sean Lowe and the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders for putting on that free ride day. We mentioned it yesterday that we would hopefully see some tracks opening up and, making the best of a bad situation and, hopefully having a free ride day for some of the groups that, have showed pretty good dedication to the sport. So shout out to Sean Lowe and the folks from the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders for putting on that free ride day. And that is going to be for pit bikes and Pee-wees only. So just keeping things limited, but just giving people the opportunity to go out there and have some fun. So I do want to mention that coming up this coming Saturday. Also, remember to go onto their Facebook page. Ask to be a member of the OMPR. They're trying to get 10,000 members by July 4th to give away one of the awesome Pitster Pro FSE 110Rs. I was able to get out in the yard and tear it up earlier today, to say the least. So I've got a lot of ruts in my yard courtesy of that Pitster Pro FSE 110R. Just ask the wife. She is thrilled about the ruts in the yard right now. Also, make sure you get a hold of Sierra Yoho at ANY Performance. Get your bike ready for the 2020 season with one of those $300 bike prep specials she's got. Tears your bike all the way down to the frame, greases everything, and rebuilds that thing from the bottom up to make sure your bike is absolutely race ready this year. Also, Defiance Lifestyles discount code Everett328 Everett328 to save 25% off of your Defiance Lifestyles orders. Once again, that discount code Everett328. That is your discount code on Defiance Lifestyles. Just go on there, make your order, and type that in at checkout to save 25% on your order. Also, they're having a special 5 random t-shirts for only $19. That is an awesome way to get yourself looking fly when you head to the racetrack later this year. I just want to catch up on all the comments. Once again, thank you, Jerry Havokin, for joining in for day 2. The Whoop Monster up there at the Spring Creek National joins us nearly every week. Thank you, Jerry, for doing everything that you do, whether it's on the track, off the track, and joining in and chiming in and doing everything that you do. Also, huge shout out Gavin joining us from all the way from Australia, spreading the word of Ohio motocross all the way down under. So thank you very much for that. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, wife, for just filling people in on some stuff that they have. Thank you, all of our sponsors, for helping us out for the 2020 season. And I just want to give you guys that quick bit. So if you missed anything here for the Moto number 12 quick bit, rewind back to the beginning. That's all I've got. Make sure you guys join us next Tuesday. That will be April 14th. Yeah, April 14th. That is my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad, coming up this coming Tuesday for Moto number 13 of the MotOHIO show. You will get all of my opinions, all of my takes on what MX Sports is planning for the 2020 season. So, yeah, just hang tight till next week so you can get all your opinions, and maybe there'll be even more announcements here in the Ohio motocross world that we can give back to you guys. So that's all I've got. Let me check out some of these comments real quick before I sign out. Sean Lowe. Yes, Sean Lowe did say, and pit bikes. I already mentioned that the free ride day is for pit bikes and peewees. So thank you for chiming in with that and checking on to the Everett 328 Productions page. Justin Sever, yes, he's seen the ruts in the yard earlier today. Check those things out. But once again, thank you guys for all joining in for the quick bit. Giveaway next week from Pit Bike Doctor on the show. So I will be getting in touch with Sean for the giveaway coming up next week. I just wanted to give back to you guys this today, as a lot of information has been announced since yesterday. So quick bit coming back to you guys next week for Moto number 13 of the MotOHIO show, wrapping things up real quick, rewinding the intro back to the beginning, and click in. There we go. I'll see you guys next week for Moto number 13 of the MotOHIO show.